In this video, we're going to explore General OneFile, which is one of the member databases available to you, a Jenkins member, 24/7 from your desktop at home or in the office. I've logged into the Jenkins website with my last name and my 5-digit member number, and I'm at the Member Center. This is where you go once you log in. And here's the list of accessible databases, and I'm going to click the Access button for General OneFile. Okay, every database that we make available to our members has a different user interface than the others. Okay, there's only one exception, and that is Gale owns General OneFile, publishes General OneFile, and also LegalTrack. Okay, so those two databases have very, very similar user interfaces. The names are different, very little else, but they pretty much look alike. So if you use General OneFile and you use LegalTrack, you'll be very, very comfortable. You'll feel like you're at home because you know the one, you'll know the other. Okay, General OneFile is a great collection of journal articles from all sorts of different disciplines. This is not a law review article database. This is a journal article database from lots of different specialties. So there's a lot of ways to approach that. What's in the database? Well, I'm going to start off this video by doing a publication search, and then after that, the second part of this video will be a general keyword search. But a publication search is very useful because you can say, what's in this database? Well, here we go. Let's click on the publication search button. We could have done a googly search, but I'm doing a publication search just to prove the point that if you're not quite sure, this is how you find out what's in the database. I'm going to type in the word psychology. I'm interested in psychology journals. Okay, so this would be journals that have the word psychology in the title of the journal. Okay, and here are some suggestions, right, which I could take. Oh, I want psychology today. I'll click on that link. These are sort of googly type suggestions like Google Suggest does for you. I'm not going to go with the suggested ones. What I want to do is show you one more limit. I'm going to limit to full text. There's other options on this page. I don't want to go nuts and use them all. I'm just going to go full text articles that have the word psychology in the title, and there are 21 of them. Okay, this is a way of getting an idea of what's out there on the topic that I'm interested in. Okay, and if you mouse over any of these, it gives you a little bubble that gives you some information about the journal, and the most important part is the one at the end, which is how much full text is there. Some of these journals, the first several years that they were in the database, they were abstracts, and then in the last X years they're full text. I think rule of thumb-ish, you should be okay if you're looking for an article in the last 20 years. You should be pretty confident you're going to be able to find it full text. Going beyond 20 years is problematic. It depends on the journal, and it depends on the database that the journal is in, whether you're going to find full text or not. There's no hard and fast rule that everything is full text back to the beginning of time. It doesn't work that way. And if someone tells you everything's on the internet, they don't know what they're talking about. So in this case, you're going to get about 20 some odd years worth of full text, okay, which is kind of typical for any particular journal, right? If I click on the link, one other piece of information you want to know, they call it an embargo, but it sounds so dramatic when it's embargo, but there is an embargo. In other words, when the journal issue is published, it may take weeks or months to get online. Depends on the publishing cycle of the journal and other factors. And so in this case, you can see the May 1st issue of Psychology Today is available via General OneFile. I'm recording this video at the end of June, so you get an idea that there is some sort of embargo in the database. Can I tell you exactly when an issue is going to be online? No. So when a particular issue of a journal drops, you can't go online that very day and expect to get the full text of it. There's always some sort of embargo, and it might take a while. It might, you're going to have to figure it out by just visiting and looking to see what issues are available. Again, everything I'm giving you is rule of thumb because there is no one set of rules for all of these online resources. Hopefully I didn't discourage you there. Let me pick the most recent issue, the May 1st issue. Okay, 32 I'll call them articles. Not all of them are articles. Some of them are editorials or letters to the editor or whatever, but there are 32 of them. Okay, and I want you to be aware that even within the whole realm of full text, not everything is available in the same format. What am I talking about? Well, here's this editorial, right? Okay. This is an HTML version of the article with this hyperlinked title, and this PDF is a PDF, obviously PDF version of the article. Okay, as you go down the page, all of these have both the HTML and the PDF version of the articles. However, not every one in this issue is available PDF. Here's one, Telltale Wedding, which is an article. The HTML is available of the full text, but not a PDF. So just be aware of that. There are so many things to just wrap your head around when you're dealing with full text. Ultimately, though, it's not the end of the world. You don't have to go with PDF for all of them. Let me show you. This is, let me go click on this link. This will be the HTML version of the article. Okay? Like I said, this is an editorial, so it's going to be relatively short. No big deal. Do you need a PDF of that? Not necessarily. The HTML is just fine. Let's go back and pull up the PDF. I'm actually going to open it in a new tab and open it in the Adobe Acrobat Reader. Does that little image there make a difference to you? I don't know. It's up to you. But this is what I'm talking about. If you only care about the text, then you don't really need this. But if you do want the text, this link is fine. There are times when it would matter if, for example, the full text HTML dropped a graph or something like that. The PDF might be a better idea. So you got options there. Again, click on them both and save the one, or read the one, or print the one that you want. Okay. So what did I do in this part of the video? Well, I said, hey, what do you got on psychology journals? And I figured out what journals they had. Then I went into a journal and said, well, what issues do you have? And then when I picked the particular issue I was interested in, I browsed down and looked for the full text of an article, and I realized that I could get the full text probably for most of the time two different ways, HTML and PDF. Okay. In the next part of this video, what we're going to do is do a keyword search and pull up lots of different articles from lots of different journals.